Hey guys, Vaughn here with the Vonster vlog, and Millie and I are out here watering the garden, and I thought I'd take y'all on a little bit of a tour with me. So over here I've just watered this bed. We have some, I think that's gomphrena over there. I'm not going to point with the hose. But in the back corner it's gomphrena, a bit of borage, some purple, purple basil, bunch of marigolds and zinnias all along this front edge. But this whole bed here got planted this morning, so we're just gonna, well, I'm just getting it drizzled right now, but this one still needs watered in. So back here we have a couple of Thai bottle gourds. I don't think this trellis is going to be big enough, y'all. So and then up in this front area, we've got marigolds and gomphrena, and then these are milkweed right around through there. And now I think, those guys over there might be some Job's tears left over from last year, because I did leave the roots in place, but I don't know. They might also just be something else. So do any of y'all know what this is? Because I'll know once it starts setting seed whether or not it's Job's tears, but then it might be a little too late if it's something else. But it's probably just a weed, but the leaves look to be alternate on the stem coming up and not quite squared like on the stem. It's a rounded stem, so it's not in the mint family. It definitely, and it has like little nodules. So yeah, I don't know what that is. Are the leaves serrated? Let's see. No, it's got a smooth edged leaf. I wonder what it is. But yeah, so there's another one of the squash, and then a cucumber, and then some squash. Now this real dark soil here that you'll notice, there's a definite, change in the soil. Randy and I had gone and gotten these grow bags. We'd filled them up with free compost from the recycling center. And so that whole bed got topped off with that. There's chunks of shredded paper we shred all of our paper, from our business and stuff, and then use it in the garden. But yeah, and then this one over here didn't have any paper in it, but we just top dressed it off a little bit because the soil that's here is looking a little low in organic matter. I think I have a really hard time keeping, it decomposes so quickly out in the garden that it ends up looking like this. And whereas this dark soil is all just rotted leaves from, I guess, last fall, like they compost it. We'll have to take y'all on a tour out back there at the compost or recycling center. So here we have a whole bunch of marigolds and celosia, both a coxcomb and they've got a variety that one's a coxcomb. See how it's that one as well, how it's like the wattle of a chicken. And then these ones are just kind of like a cone that just, it's like a little tuft that comes up, like this one here too. So different flower structures, but we've got both of them going on here. A volunteer potato from last year, my Swiss chard, and then one of the best dandelion plants, which, check this out, y'all. This dandelion has a very deeply lobed, like the serration in the leaves is definitely what I consider, dandelion. But then over here in this little gotta get the hammock out of the way. Yeah, oh, check it, y'all. We are getting the back of the house painted. Our buddy Doug's helping us out with that. And so we've had to move the hammock. That's why it's, all awkward right here. But okay, so we just showed you one of those other dandelions. Check this one out. And this is a big old dandelion, I'm pretty sure. But look at how huge those leaves are. I can't get the thing open by myself, so otherwise I'd lift it and show you. But there was a flower coming out of it. That looks like it's from a different dandelion plant. But no, you can see this flower head right there is traveling back. And then the stem. So yeah, but the leaves are so different. And that one's huge. Like, that is a massive, this is a 4-foot by 8-foot bed. That's huge. But I do use the dandelion leaves to chop and drop. Millie, what do you have? What do you have, baby girl, huh? What's this that you have there? Oh, that's a bit of log, isn't it? All right, then. She's really grown. She's a year old now, and she is molting. like, I don't know if you can see just the molting. Okay, where did I leave the hose? There's the hose. So yeah, and then we've got like a beet, and then I've got some beans coming in this bed as well. But yeah, that's a pretty big difference in the dandelions, I say. So we're just gonna give them all a wash. I normally have my soaker hoses set up, but we were gonna wait until after we've got an upcoming trip to Texas to take the kiln back to get repaired. So we're going to wait to put down the soaker hoses until we get back, just because we had to budget our time out, you know, take care of work and actually getting the garden put in. Whereas the soaker hoses wouldn't be used while we were gone anyways, so we may as well just put them in when we get home. But I really enjoy standing and just looking around while I'm watering. It's a beautiful, clear day. Look at that, not a cloud in the sky. That's just beautiful. Ooh, and then, okay, we've got this bed here that is all my calendula and parsley and some jalapeno peppers. They're a spiceless jalapeno pepper. And my Thai basil is back here. Like a Thai basil. So we've got the parsley. Those are the peppers. It's all calendula, more parsley and marigolds. So it's more than anything, I just wanted to kind of get on video how everything is looking today at the end of May. I feel like this is the latest I've ever put my garden in. Oh, sorry, there's a bug on me. Oh, and then the red ones, the red plants down the center, those are amaranth. I think it's like supposed to be like an edible leaf, like spinach type, so we're growing it for the greens more than the seeds. But I figured just the foliage itself might just be pretty. Those lilies over yonder are so vibrantly orange. And then that grapevine's doing really well. I got some, let's go see if those are doing good. Excuse me, Millie. So over here, we have planted a moonflower. Now the other stuff here in this pot was what was just the weeds and stuff that were growing in the pot. I pulled them up and then set them right back on top of the soil to provide a little bit of a green mulch. But yeah, so there's the moonflower. There's one, and then just in case one of them didn't make it, we have another one right here. So I'm going to need to water this plant. And I'm watering it really solid because the soil was very dry from just sitting over the winter. So whenever I get my plants first put in, especially whenever it's a dry, windy day like this, I'll often come back and water them a couple more times just to really help them get that first footing. And then we mulch them real nice and thick whenever we get home. Again, I would have loved to have mulched right now, right at the time of planting. But we just don't have the mulch on hand and don't have the time or resources, like nothing lined up. But if I waited till everything was perfect to plant anything, I would have never gotten any gardening done. So yeah, see these marigolds, just because the flower heads are all floppy, this will be just fine. This plant's going to keep on growing. Like these were planted this morning as well. So I'm pressing the hose head up against the relatively loose soil to help it get settled in, make sure that everything's making good contact with the roots. Now this side that I'm watering now got planted yesterday. We've got some peas growing up, and this is oregano. And then a whole mess of those walking onions. I think I'm going to try to see if I can cook with these onions the way that I do leeks, or even to possibly cut them up like, you know, almost how you would like a green onion or a chive. And then dehydrate them and make like little onion flakes. Or even if it might go well powdered as an onion powder alternative, like a green onion powder. And then over here we have more peas, and on the back side of that, all of our radishes, ooh, pardon me, onion, all of our radishes and spinach have gone to flower and seed. Let's get a close up of, isn't that just beautiful? If it'll focus, there we go. Still not focusing. I'm gonna put the hose down. Oh goodness. There we are. But yeah, those are the radishes. Then here we have our peas. Let's see. I can't remember what kind this is. And I don't know if it's a shelling pea or a snow pea. Based on the density of the hull, I'd say that this is going to be a shelling pea because it's still very undeveloped. Like, look at how small those peas are. But the pod is really, really woody so far. Like I can't hardly even bite through it. So these guys will be for shelling then, and that's okay. And then we've got some more peas over here. More onions as well. I just think they're beautiful. Like, look at how alien and strange the head clusters are. And these I think I want to take and just roast and eat like a vegetable. Like, I think I want to try that out. Like, wouldn't that be delicious with like a, you know, slow roasted in like a garlic butter? We're gonna have to try that. And then over here, well, hello ladies. Over here, something crawled through. I think the neighbor's cat crawled through my Jerusalem artichokes, or my sunchokes over here. So I just went through and hacked it down with a machete because they were like really, really leaned over. And then I just chop and dropped all of that. So here you can see I'm just mulching on top of the soil with the Jerusalem artichokes, and they are so prolific that I'm using them as a chop and drop crop this year to just generate shade for the chickens and mulch for our walkways. So, and you can see I had to make like a little bit of a wall of grow bags over here as a living border. Like here we have some logs. Our neighbors or our friends, their neighbors tree fell over their backyard, so they had a whole like elm tree that needed sawed up. So that's where we got all of this you know, all these logs from is our friends. We were helping them cut it up. I used a chainsaw for the first time, which was a lot of fun. And then like they just brought trailer loads of it over here, and we were more than happy to take it off their hands. Yeah, we were, Millie. Oh, and then over here you can see I've got another. I was gonna experiment and see if using the grape trellis to grow a Thai bottle gourd. It's just one plant, and I'm going to keep an eye on it and make sure that it's not going to be overpowering our grapes here. But you can see all the little guys. Just covered this is. And just cluster after cluster. I'm going to have to do some research and see if maybe I should cut away some of the, you know, if I remove some of the crop, will it makes the rest of the grapes better? Like, you know, like bigger, or, you know, kind of like how, you know, pinching the watermelon vine after a certain point to get everything on it to produce. Like, I don't know. If you all know anything about that, let me know down in the comments. Another one of these beautiful lilies. On such a sunny day, too. There's no filter on this, you guys. They are just that vibrant. Like, God, it's gorgeous. And they just get whole heads of them. Lily, what are you doing? What are you doing, honey? You drinking out of the pond? She fell in. I remember watching, Maddie and I were standing over yonder and just watched Millie slow motion fall into the pond last summer. Oh, I'm so excited. We're going to be kidnapping Maddie, and then we're going to be seeing our other nieces again next month, and it feels really great to have so much contact with the family. But yeah, I love our little shady nook over here. Now all this here I need to go through and prune out. That's a pokeberry bush, and that's, I don't know what it is. Let's go take a closer look at that one too. Pardon me, flowers. But the way that the leaves are, let's go around the other side. But yeah, this one, that's some more poke. And that one's small enough and I can reach it. I just pinch it back because all the rest of this is bee balm. But yeah. The leaves are hairy, very serrated, alternate up the stem, which is round and hairy. But I just need to go through. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to get that. A little bit. Oof. I'll need to wash my hand. It feels sticky. Like it has a sticky juice in the stem. But yeah, so that's all bee balm. We've got some chamomile. No, these are asters. That one might be chamomile. This one's an aster. We have some daisies, some larkspur, and some salvia right here. But the larkspurs are not doing so good. We got it on like clearance or something. I don't know. We may have paid full price, and it is just not doing well. But oh, there's a new growth. Okay, there might be hope yet. Got some more lilies coming up. Aster, lilies. I'm gonna need to get in there. I think that's box elder. Ooh, and some poison ivy. There we are. There's some more poison ivy. Ooh, yeah. I'll need to put on my gloves and get in here and clear some of that out before it gets out of hand. But we have lots of mint. Like this down here, we have some mint. It's so nice and cool here. Like in this little, just shaded cove, especially after being over on that side of the yard. And then let's come up this way a little more. Oh, this is one of the alliums that we grew this year that had like a fireworks thing going on. And this is more of that false dragon head. And then some more asters and lilies. And some sunchokes made their way over here too. The ajuka came back from last year. And then these are the Coleuses that I had made cuttings of last fall and then overwintered in the fish tank with grow lights on the top. So from one plant that I bought last year, I got cuttings of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And those were like $7 plants. So yay! I'm definitely going to be taking cuttings again this year because I think it's just a beautiful contrast of color. And I'm showing you guys all this stuff because well, first off, I'm totally obsessed with my garden. Like, I love it. I love getting to spend time back here, and I love getting to share that with y'all. Because I remember when I lived in my apartment, like when Randy and I had an apartment together, and all the space we had for gardening was like our shared front porch area. I dreamed all of this. Like I had dreams about, hostas, juicy, beautiful hostas. That was just an image in a magazine that, I cut out and glued into like one of those composition notebooks because I didn't know Pinterest if it existed yet. So, but yeah, so dreams do come true when you work really hard at it every single day for, 20 years. But it's totally worth it. Getting to stand in the shade and look at all the hard work and how it's coming together. Y'all remember how this corner used to look? I almost don't recognize the place, man, except for, the vines still stuck in the screen that I need to clear out. So I think this is going to be a project area. So do we put in a hot tub, a fountain area, or a sitting spot? Let me know in the comments, or all three. Because technically a hot tub is a fountain that you sit in, so I think we should put a hot tub there. Oh, that'd be, except for the runoff on the roof. I don't know a single thing about hot tubs. Doesn't that look like a creepy little face? Does anybody else see that creepy little face? That is so wild. Okay, I'm creeped out now. Okay, but yeah, so hot tub. I don't care if there's demons. I want a hot tub. So, yeah, this is how the garden is coming along. So I'm gonna have to tidy up some of the chairs and stuff over here. Oh, we've got one more bed to take a peek at because we've got all the raspberries over yonder still doing good. The whole bed's taking over by Balm, the raspberries, and then all underneath it is Creeping Charlie. It has completely covered everything, but I'll take it because it's a living mulch too. And over here we have the water lilies. We've got a little solar fountain that is pitiful. Like this, if that's all the space that is showing, it won't go. It has to be in full sunlight. So I'm gonna put that right there for the birds. I don't know if the birds actually will use it with the fountain in it, but I think it's really cool. Some marigolds that volunteered from last year. And then I'm gonna need to trim out, we've got some black walnuts and things that are growing that aren't supposed to be in among the lilies. I'm probably gonna put some mint or petunias or something, maybe, I don't know, something that'll take a little bit of shade. But all the we've got a lily over here, y'all. Pardon me, bee balm. That's so pretty. Wow. Oh, that's so pretty. But yeah, we've got a whole mess of bee balm. We have a whole mess of mint. Over yonder we have a Lowe's bucket and some roses and all the mint and a whole bunch of weeds. I'm gonna have to clear that bed out too. Go through and weed it all. But yeah, so that's the garden, you guys. Yeah, to give you an idea, this is what the house was looking like. Boom. So it's before and after makeup. Let's zoom out a little bit. Wow, 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 wow. Oh my goodness, there's still so much to do. Alrighty guys, I am going to get back to it. Oh, the dryer's going. I can't be doing my outro over here with the dryer roaring at us. I gotta go back to the shade. But there we go. Thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out with me today. I really enjoyed getting to take you around the garden. I am thirsty. I'm gonna go inside and get a drink. But we will see y'all in our next video. So let me know how you're doing down below. And until next time, you guys, keep on keeping on. Mwah! Bye.